listening to the Positive Professional Podcast with your host, me, Tracy Yvonne. This podcast is a weekly conversation about all things mental health, self-care, and wellness. And there'll be sprinkles of positivity, mindfulness, and guided meditations. Welcome back to Season 5, Episode 3. Today I'm going to be exploring a topic, and one that's on the minds of many, and it's politics and its impact on our mental health. In a world where political news is inescapable and opinions are strong, it's crucial to understand how this affects us psychologically. Whether you're deeply involved in political activities or just a casual observer, the effects are real and worth discussing. So let's get started. Politics today isn't just about policies and governance. It's become a source of significant stress and anxiety for many people. Research has shown that political events can trigger emotional responses ranging from anger and frustration to genuine fear and sadness. For instance, let's consider recent events. The reactions were intense and varied, showing how deeply politics can affect our emotional state. But why does this happen? To understand this, we need to look at how closely politics is tied to our identities and values. The intertwining of politics with personal identity and values is a key reason for the intense emotional responses to political events. Again, politics today goes beyond just governance and policy making. It significantly influences and reflects personal beliefs, values, social identities, and moral understanding. This deep connection can explain why political events can elicit strong emotional reactions. And here are a few reasons and examples to illustrate this phenomenon. Individuals often align their political beliefs with their core values and moral compass. For example, issues like climate change, human rights, or healthcare reforms are not just policy matters. They resonate with people's fundamental beliefs about right and wrong, justice, and ethical responsibilities. When political events challenge these values, it can lead to feelings of frustration, anger, or fear. Politics often reflects group identities, be it national, ethnic, religious, or cultural. For instance, policies that impact immigration can deeply affect individuals who see themselves as part of a multicultural society, leading to strong emotional responses like fear for loved ones or anger against perceived injustices. Similarly, legislation on LGBTQ+ rights can significantly impact the emotional state of individuals who identify with or are allies with this community. Political decisions can have direct consequences on personal and family well-being. For example, changes in healthcare policies or economic reforms can create anxiety about personal finances, access to healthcare, or job security. This direct impact on personal life can trigger emotional responses like anxiety or stress. In the digital age, the constant barrage of political news and opinions on social media amplifies emotional responses. Social media often creates echo chambers where individuals are exposed to heightened, one-sided views that can exacerbate feelings of anger, anxiety, or alienation. For example, during election periods, the inundation of political content can intensify emotional responses due to the constant exposure to conflicting viewpoints and debates. Political events can invoke strong emotions when they are connected to historical traumas or victories. For instance, policies or political rhetoric that echo past injustices can resurrect collective fears or anger, especially among communities that have historically been marginalized or persecuted. And in today's interconnected world, international political events can also trigger emotional responses. For instance, human rights violations in one country can evoke empathy and outrage worldwide, leading to emotional solidarity movements across borders. Now, it's no secret that our political beliefs are often deeply ingrained, forming a core part of our identity. When these beliefs are challenged, it can lead to significant psychological distress. Moreover, the current polarized political landscapes often puts us in opposition with friends, families, or even strangers, leading to feelings of isolation or conflict. Consider how heated debates, whether online or in person, can escalate into stressful confrontations. This constant state of tension can take a toll on our mental well-being. But it's not just conflict. Aligning strongly with a particular ideology can also lead to an echo chamber effect, where we're only exposed to views that reinforce our own, potentially skewing our perception of reality and increasing anxiety about opposing viewpoints. Your observation about the impact of political ideologies on mental health is indeed significant and multifaceted. So I'm going to explore this and further by breaking down some key components in the next segment. It's really important to understand the psychological impact of political beliefs. Political beliefs often intertwine with personal identity, and when these beliefs are challenged, it can feel like a personal attack, leading to stress and anxiety. Encountering opposing views can create cognitive dissonance, the discomfort of holding two conflicting thoughts. This dissonance can be mentally taxing and can lead to psychological stress. And in a polarized environment, disagreements can strain personal relationships, leading to feelings of isolation or betrayal. And this can be particularly distressing when it involves close relationships. Again, online platforms can exacerbate these conflicts. Social media can amplify extreme views and create environments where moderate or opposing views are not tolerated, leading to more intense confrontations. And as I discussed in the first segment, being in an echo chamber where one is only exposed to similar viewpoints can reinforce existing beliefs. This might create a sense of validation, but it can also lead to a narrow understanding of complex issues. The constant exposure to similar views can heighten anxiety and fear about opposing viewpoints, again, as they become unfamiliar and perceived as more extreme or threatening than they might be. The tension arising from political conflicts, especially in a highly charged environment, can lead to chronic stress and anxiety. Remember, a skewed perception of reality can affect decision making and interactions with the world, and this can lead to a constant state of vigilance or defensiveness. So I do want to share some coping mechanisms as well as information about resilience. The first one is to seek diverse perspectives. Actively seeking out a variety of viewpoints can mitigate the echo chamber effect and promote a more balanced perspective. Engage in political discussions mindfully with awareness of one's emotional response, as well as understanding the reasons behind different political beliefs can foster empathy and reduce conflict. When discussing politics, aim for constructive rather than confrontational conversations. This involves listening actively, acknowledging different points of view, and expressing your opinions calmly and respectfully. Remember, the goal is not to win the argument, but to understand and be understood. You can also volunteer and get involved in community activities. Taking positive action can be a powerful antidote to feelings of helplessness or frustration about the political climate. This could be volunteering for a cause you believe in or participating in community events. Such involvement can provide a sense of purpose and connection. And again, be mindful of how you consume media. Notice how different types of news and political discussions affect your mood and thoughts. If certain programs or platforms consistently leave you feeling anxious or upset, consider limiting your exposure to them. It's easy to get overwhelmed by the magnitude of political issues. Focus on actions and decisions within your control. And this can include voting choices, how you engage in conversations, or how you can contribute to your local community. And sometimes political anxiety stems from a feeling of uncertainty or powerlessness. Educating yourself about how political processes work can demystify them and make you feel more empowered and less anxious. It's important to surround yourself with people who understand and respect your need for mental health breaks from politics. This support system can provide a safe space to express your feelings and concerns without judgment. And reconnect your core values and consider how they align with your political beliefs and actions. This reflection can provide clarity and a sense of purpose, reducing feelings of conflict and uncertainty. And this is a major one, and that is to avoid the habit of endlessly scrolling through negative news stories, which can exacerbate feelings of despair and anxiety. Maybe set specific times for checking news and stick to that. And seeking professional help when necessary. Finally, if political stress is interfering with your daily life, consider seeking help from a mental health professional. Therapy can provide strategies to cope with stress and anxiety and help you navigate these challenging times more effectively. Remember, taking care of your mental health doesn't mean that you disengage from important political issues. It's about finding balance and engaging in a way that is healthy and sustainable for you. Thanks for listening and supporting this podcast. And make sure you're clicking the like and subscribe button. You can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Stay safe, be well, and don't forget to be the best version of you.